chat. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. It's puzzle time. I am here. Hello. I'm alive. I made it. I made it through the weekend. Made it through the first half of the week. And we're here. We're alive. Hello, Giselle. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. If I'm being honest, I don't even really remember what I did over the weekend except for streaming. And then the start of the week has just been busy with work. But it's been good. Things are good. Yep. So yeah. Things are good. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. The made-up holiday where everyone conspicuously purchases a whole lot of chocolate and cardboard and trades it with each other to be nice and lovey-dovey. But been kind of a mess with sleep lately. Yeah, I hear that. I feel like especially in, like, what is it now, February? By February, winter is kind of like dragging on, and it's like extra easy to get your sleep all screwy during this time of year. Just because, like, time in the winter time is weird. I don't know. It just is. That's just how things are. But yeah, been otherwise, I hope things are good. So yeah, Valentine's Day. It's come and gone, but it only went yesterday. So today is the day you can go to the store and you can get all the cheap candy and all the cheap, cute, lovey-dovey things. It's a good day. That's the part of Valentine's Day that I like best. Getting all that cheap candy and cheap stuff that is cute and kitschy. And then you could do, like, extra, like, cheap date stuff, you know? Like, oh yeah, I got all this lovely candy. I got these lovely heart flowers and all of these other cute things. And you did it because they were all 95% off because Valentine's Day is already done. That's the way I like to roll, personally. It's candy sale day. Candy and flowers, everything's super cheap. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Loft House cookies. I feel like probably are those like weird, really soft cookies? But yeah, like they're like really weird, super soft cookies that they cost like $1 zillion, and they come in these tiny little packages, and they have them for all the holidays, so you can get them at like Halloween, and they're always exactly the same cookies. They just have like different sprinkles on them. Yeah, I know about those. Those are really weird, and I don't like them very much. Oh man, weird cookies. It's so strange that stuff like that exists. They're literally the same cookie, but they're super fucking good. Yeah, I mean, I'll buy that. I mean, like, I don't know, they're kind of like cake. Like they're more cakes than cookies. That's the problem. Like, I want a cookie. I want some chew to it, you know? Those things, they're like little cake. They're just super soft and melt in your mouth. It's supposed to have a little bit of a bite to a cookie. Although, I will say that that right now, because of my mouth situation with my surgery, I'm still eating really soft food, so those actually would probably be pretty good as long as they didn't have sprinkles on them. If it was just like frosting, because they usually have frosting and or sprinkles. So if it was just frosting, I feel like I could do that. I feel like that would be good. Like I could do those right now. Whereas I probably could not eat a chewy cookie. Ooh, oh, like the leftovers at the end of the day when they are like a little bit stale, so they have a little bit more texture. Yeah. That's good. That's nice. So, yeah. We got that going on, Valentine's Day. And, so our game tonight is Valentine's Day themed. Ooh, grocery store brownie bites with red frosting. Yes. All the, like, Valentine's Day stuff that's on sale. That's great stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna play a Valentine's Day game today. We're gonna play Dating Simulator. But I do just want to I have a couple things I wanted to talk about before we hopped into the game. So I got some exciting news. So first off, because it's me, and I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've talked about this. I've talked about how excited I am about Part 9. We have Part 9, JoJo's news. And that news is that it's probably, at least partially, near the beginning, going to take place in Hawaii, which means that it's going to likely be in the Pacific Island regions. So whether it stays in Hawaii or goes to Polynesia, beyond Hawaii, or Micronesia, or outside of that whole region altogether, we don't know. But in some of the promotional art that has been released around Japan, including, I guess there was some really big art displays in Shibuya promoting Part 9, which comes out in, gosh, like tomorrow, the day after. It comes out on, I think, February 17th in Japan. So that's like really soon. But there was a guy who had a patch on his jacket, like a security guy, and he had a patch for, I don't remember it because I didn't figure this out. I saw this on YouTube, but I think it's like the Honolulu Police or something, the department patch that they have on their shoulder. So that guy is clearly from Hawaii, so it makes sense that they'll be in Hawaii at some point, especially with like the palm trees and the islands and the mountains and the boats and things that have been all over the promotional materials. So yeah, probably Hawaii. I'm very excited. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. Like the next like 24 to 48 hours are gonna go so slow for me. Yep. So outside JoJo's, is Twitch giving you troubles? What's Twitch doing? Twitch should be okay. I'm in the green. Everything should be good. Oh no! I think it's just you. Cause I think everything looks good on my end. Just refresh, cause Twitch is like that. Yeah. Okay, good. So outside JoJo's, I have some other exciting news. Is I got some emotes made, and they're done. I don't have the PNGs yet, but I have the previews. So I just wanted to share them on stream because I'm really, really, really excited about this. And you know, I should have yes! Oh my! JoJo's and emotes, right? It's amazing. What I should have done is I should have prepared a thing to show off who made the emotes. Who is her name is Viola Grist. It is at Viola VIOLA GRIST on Twitter, and I just reached out to her on Twitter. But let's see these emotes because they're so good. They're so good. So here's the emotes. You couldn't hear it. What? What? Oh, it might be because I had my desktop audio muted by mistake. That might be why. You should still be able to hear it. It should be coming through on its own channel though. So yeah, so I got this emote. That's my sip emote. We got an oops, because when I'm working on songs, I'm always going like, oops, 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 because I always am misclicking because I'm a clumsy bumsy. So we got the oops like we wanted. I got this look emote, and when I get more animated slots, yeah, I feel like it's only coming through for you on the on my desktop audio channel, which is weird. It should be on its own thing. Yeah, that's because it's coming through on the wrong channel. That's why the BGM is drowning it out. I'll have to mess with that later, I think, because I don't know that I can fix that on stream. I can try. You just might see some weird OBS stuff might happen if I try. But I'll try in a second. Let's just get through these first. I got this crying one for when everything is all sad. Because, you know, you need a sad emote. I got a love. Everybody needs their own love emote. And then this one is my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. We got poggers. Poggers. So, once Viola sends me the final copy, because these are just the previews that she put together for me, I'm going to add them to, at least for now, I'll throw them on the 7TV because Twitch still has not approved my animated emotes. So I'll throw them on the 7TV and I'll put them up in Twitch to get approved. Hopefully they'll get approved faster because they're not animations. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably add the stream stickers extension because I really like stream stickers. I think it's a fun one. And I will probably add these all to stream stickers so that you can play with them a little bit bigger as well, and slap them around. So, yeah. And we'll put those for free or super cheap unless they start getting spammed too much, which seems unlikely, at least right now. At least to start, they'll be free or very, very nominally cheap. Because I don't know if you can do that many free slots in the app. And we will go from there. So yeah, so that's that stuff. I am very excited to have emotes. So they're coming. Let me just have a peep at our... I'm looking at the sound alerts information. Let's see. Advanced audio properties. Sound alerts. Yeah, it should be. I don't know why it's not playing directly on stream. Oh, good. So you can have like a bunch of free ones. Like it's because what's happening, the sound alerts are playing for me, and when I unmuted my desktop audio, which is pretty low, so it doesn't blow out your ears when we're playing games, that's why you can hear it super quiet, is because I have it to monitor. But it should also be broadcasting on the stream at full volume. And it's not. And I don't know why it's not. That's weird. Sometimes, tell you what, sometimes OBS is your worst enemy, even though it's literally the thing that makes it possible to stream. It sometimes is just the absolute worst. Let me try, hold on. Giselle, if you, let me try something. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn it back on again. And then I'm gonna send one so you don't have to spend your points. Oh, it's on cooldown. Try this one. Did you hear it? And if you heard it, was it like stupid quiet? It was just a little quiet. Okay. Let's see if you hear it now.
Noodles, noodles, noodles.
You hear that one? Also, weirdly, I turned monitoring off on it, and it still played for me. I don't know what is going on with this. So weird. OBS, you so funky. I'm not gonna stress about it right now. Super quiet. Okay, so they're not quiet for me in the preview. It's definitely only broadcasting through the desktop audio. And for some reason, even when I have monitoring off, it still is broadcasting to me on the monitoring. So I'm gonna have to mess with sound alerts off stream and get that figured out. See if I can talk to some folks or something. For now, let's just keep on trucking. So there's one thing I did want to do. There's not a ton of people here today, but I did prepare to watch the trailer for the game we're gonna play, because the trailer is extremely funny, and I thought that it would be worth having a quick watch before we jump right in. So I'm just gonna turn down the BGM. And then let's see. I hope this isn't gonna blow your ears up. I apologize. It shouldn't. It should be fine. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. Oh yeah, I love Hunky Trapper. Look at that boy! And look at her big woman muscles. Mm-hmm. Not the ball! No, not the ball! I'm so excited to play this. And this music is so good. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that they didn't include some of the other, like, weirder killers. I feel like Hag would have been a really good one. Playful minigames! Well, and I feel like Hag would be great, because Hag is like, she eats people. And that would be really fun to include in a dating sim. Like, a character that literally eats people. You know? I think that would be great. Alright, so that's that. That's the trailer. That's what we're gonna play. Like I said, I am super excited. So let me find Steam and get the game booted up. Whoop. I apologize if I lag a little bit while it loads. There. Is it Claudette and Dwight? You know, I don't actually know what the deal is with the survivors, or like who you play as. I have no idea. Oh, I'm gonna add the photosensitivity warning to the name of the stream, because I didn't realize there was a photosensitivity warning for this game. Photosensitivity warning. Done. Okay, stream info updated. And all right, let's head over to our gaming screen. This game's quiet. Gosh, if any desktop sounds happen, it's gonna like blow your ears off. Hold on, can we turn up the volume? There we go. That should be better. That should be better. That might actually be a little loud now. That's good though. You can always turn it down. Alright, so this is Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating simulator. If you don't know Dead by Daylight, it is an asymmetrical PvP game where you play as horror movie killers or one of several original, like, multiple murderer characters. And you have, or you play as a survivor who has to escape a supernatural entity's game that pits the survivors against the horror movie killers in order to feed off of their emotions. And so the point for the survivors is obviously to escape, and the point of the killers is to literally hook the survivors on meat hooks and kill all of them. So this game, naturally, you get to romance the killers. Not all the killers, sadly. Only a few of them. But let's dive in. Enter your name. Skylarka. Welcome back, welcome back. I literally just put in my name. You didn't really miss anything. Since I know you play Dead by Daylight, I just explained what Dead by Daylight was. Cough, cough, cough. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat, as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really just went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute or can I go on? Excellent. Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. I like I feel like this narrator is the entity in charge of the island, whereas the entity in charge of the world in DVD is like feeds on killing. Maybe there's an entity here that feeds on love, and that's why this game exists. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Oh, it's the ocean talking. Whoa, not now, ocean! Sorry, Skylarka. May I continue? Interesting. Spooky. Please go on. Okay then, as I was. As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Ew, that's yucky. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Look at that rotten face. Look at that rotten face. I feel like the narrator has to be the entity, right? Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, Answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Determination. We need it. Run, close your eyes, or dig up that face. Yeah, the narrator is in my head. I don't think the narrator is the head. The voice was coming from inside my head. Let's see. If I were in this situation, I would not dig up the face. That would probably be too freaked out. You vote for dig? Alright, we'll dig up the face. I am curious about the face. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. Oh! There is no body, just this head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotten tongue of this poor, dead soul. Ocean. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. Well, that's a spooky looking coin. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, I suppose. And so you deposit it. Why, that's a nice coin you've got there. What if you were to spend it right now? I'm gonna spend the coin. I'm curious what this weird corpse coin can buy. What? Well, hello there. I'm Dwight. Oh my gosh, it's Dwight and Claudette. And I'm Claudie. Look how cute they are in their beach outfits. We'll take that. Oh, they're taking the coin. I see. Claudette quickly relieves you of your gold coin and tosses it to Dwight, who bites down on it like an old-timey prospector before handing it back to her. I am so glad that we spent the coin. And this is for you. Is he gonna spank me? Oh no. Okay. It can't be Dwight, he's in a locker. Maybe the lockers are like Narnia portals, and this is where he goes when he goes in the locker. That's why Dwight's in the locker so much. Claudette presents you with a tropical drink. When you take a sip, you find that it's incredible. Money well spent in your estimation. I see entity claws in that drink. Oh, and that's the flower. That's the blight flower from DBD. That's what that flower is. Look at the goo coming out of it. That's the blight serum goo that comes from the mystery flowers in the entity realm. But I gotta ask, could somebody maybe design the next one of these dating sims to be all-inclusive? It really takes some of the fun out of a fantasy vacation to be watching your wallet the entire time. I'm gonna thank them for the delicious drink. Thanks for the drink. It's quite delicious. You're welcome. I wonder if we can romance them. I don't even know. Did someone just thank us? Go with it, Dwight. It's normal to be thanked for doing a good job. Trust me on this one. Poor insecure Dwight. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Oh, it's a volleyball. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please! You turn around, and you see what's waiting for you. And when you see what's waiting for you, excuse me, your jaw just about hits the ground. Look at how cute is. Oh, oh my gosh, so handsome. Oh my goodness, her big sun hat because she's a ghost. And look at that beefcake. He's so thick. Thick boy. Thick boy. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Look how gorgeous they all are. Hubba hubba. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Yep. Family friendly. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. I love them all too, Giselle. I absolutely love them. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? This is incredible. What a game. I'll toss the ball back. Bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting on the sand in this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the Huntress's hand. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay, it's natural. Try hard much? Bleh. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everybody has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion into their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Skylarka. You were made for this. Thanks, Ocean. You're not spooky at all, Ocean. Well, geez, if the spooky Ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. I like that I called the Ocean spooky and then the game called the Ocean spooky like literally a second later. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Giselle says, I love that Trapper and Huntress are, for all intents and purposes, regular-ish people, but Spirit and Bing Bong are just, yeah. They're like Huntress and Trapper are like weird, super muscly people covered in blood and wearing masks that are spooky. But, yeah, the Wraith and the Spirit are literal ghosts. Like, Spirit has, like, glass sticking out of her legs and severed lips. Yeah. It seems like you derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Well, I'm a party pooper. What can I say? You just derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Yeah, he does have blood all over his hands. That's a good idea. Water. Hey, don't worry about it. It's just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? Do you mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? Deep sigh. That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Oh my god, does Wraith not talk? Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill him or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, Skylarka. You might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. Alright, time attack. This is a timed quiz and it will be important later. Very important. Oh no, this is gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna have to remember my responses because they're gonna bring it up again and I'm not gonna remember it and they're gonna be like, you lied to me! Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. Oh, it's definitely gonna come up. How attractive would you say you are? I'm gonna say I'm average. Because I'm cute, but I'm in a 3D form, and that's not permanent. I'm pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd. Another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. Well, ma'am, I'm an opossum. I am neither a chipmunk nor a grizzly bear, but I am a little bit fuzzy and have cute ears. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Okay, so the Wraith does talk. Invisibility, flight, or super strength? I think super strength. Super strength would be cool. Because flight, you would get really cold flying around. And invisibility, you'd have to be naked. And I don't want to walk around naked. Unless you could make your clothes invisible, I guess. But I didn't really think about that. Strength isn't all about muscles. True strength is up here. You expect Trapper to point to his head, but instead, he taps one of his bulging shoulders. I mean, that's true. Overhead press is a really difficult exercise, and you have to be very strong and have very strong shoulders to do heavy overhead presses. Trapper's right. It's specifically in these muscles. Nobody gives a shit about your calves. That's true. What was your best subject in school? Math, history, or skipping class? I'm gonna say... skipping class. You could say I majored in skipping class. Definitely not math. It could be an invisibility. I didn't think about that, okay? I thought of invisibility you can turn yourself invisible, but then just yourself. That's kind of how I imagined it. I think I've been watching too much Venture Brothers, because I literally just watched all 7 seasons of Venture Brothers, and Phantom Limb with his invisible limbs. They're invisible, but he can't make anything else invisible, so he can't wear any clothing on his limbs for them to be invisible, so he has to run around barefoot. That's kind of what I was thinking. Oh yeah, Huntress is totally math. You could say I majored in skipping class. Ha! I said. If I'd ever gone to school, I'm sure I would have done great in skipping class. I prefer skipping over walking almost always. Oh, Huntress, I like you. What's your favorite animal? Dog, cat. What's a mustelid? I don't know what a mustelid is. I don't know. I'm gonna say dog, I guess, because I don't know what a mustelid is. I feel like it probably would be a mustelid, but I don't know what that is. Oh, oh no. God, no. Ferrets are gross. Okay, yeah. Not a mustelid. Definitely dog. Yes, dog. You'd look absolutely adorable in a little puppy mask. Oh my god. Huntress is already aggressively flirting. What's your favorite color? Blue, blood red, or 3-day-old corpse? I'm gonna say blood red. Red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What's your dream job? Astronaut, nightclub promoter, or not working at all? I want to just hang out on the beach and play volleyball. Gotta say. Takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Or a bunch of sexy beasts standing in front of me on a beach that I want to hang out on all day. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. These damn millennials! Oh my god, the Trapper. The Trapper is a boomer. Best flavor of ice cream? Vanilla, chocolate, or horse flesh? I gotta say chocolate, my dudes. Horse flesh ice cream, like maybe some horse flesh sashimi, maybe, but not ice cream. That's my favorite flavor is pain. Same here. Oh my god. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived. But enough about ice cream, and am I right? Well, good narrator. All I have to say is Chocominto ice. Chocominto ice. Ah. Yes. Hold on a second. This reminds me. Right, always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. Oh yes, it is a very Dredge answer, actually, yeah. Because Dredge did eat that horse. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? It's mint chip. Mint chip is the best flavor. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this island. Look at those bulging muscles. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Rafe. Rude. Hi, I'm Rafe. I'm nothing like anyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Oh, he's a sweetie. Ooh, he's a sweetie. Hey, what's up? I'm the spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. You know, I like you, Spirit. I like your philosophical and well thought out philosophies. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Well, it's not about hating society. It's more just she's put in the thought, you know? Oh no, wait. I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow up, buddy. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog, buddy. Oh my god. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Huntress is ideal waifu, good in a fight, strong with a plow. Strong plow too, if you know what I'm saying. Hubba. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show up soon enough. If we're done playing... Oh, it's Trapper. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. For once, I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the midst of boat dock nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. I'm kind of rolling my eyes too. Trapper is a little over the top here, my dude. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly, and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. What about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at, right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Where do we want to go, chat? Do we want to go to the yacht? Do we want to go to the volleyball court, the lake, or the lounge? Oh, thank you for the clip, Giselle. I appreciate it. Clips are always great. I will share it on Twitter later. Lake? Lake is Wraith. We could go to the lake. I was kind of leaning, because of that Huntress joke, I was kind of leaning towards volleyball. Because, you know, big women. Plus, Huntress has already been extremely, extremely horny. Let's go here. I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Yay! I love to play outdoors. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. Oh my god, she is so horny! I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously you are too. I like you already. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. She's talking about killing people. Hold on! Just for one moment! This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. That's why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. Ah, yes, that's exactly why we're referring to them as survivors with a capital S. I'm glad I could make you laugh out loud. These two have worked here a long time. So very long, I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the crew to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. Oh, they're trying to keep me alive. That's nice of them. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you could do is allow us to do our job. The most you could do is help us get off the... Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator. Yes. Something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? That? No. I think you're mistaken. It seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off the island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true, he was, but he just meant he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway a couple miles south of here. It has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out, very luxurious. Doesn't quite have all the charm this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter mostly when I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what'll it be? Alright, so I want to go volleyball. Wow, it's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring and Trapper is so predictable, relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of a person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of the open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Yes, all of the elks in the open ocean, yes. Yes, smart. Very smart. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim, believe you me. Cheer for me, cute stuff? I think I have to cheer for her. Like, I feel like the other island is probably the trial, Giselle. I think that's probably correct, actually. The killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. Hey, fancy a lemonade? I see you working up a thirst, eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. Claudette hands you your lemonade. So fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who would you bet on to win? Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them, or not talking about them if they're into that sort of thing. Just pick someone. Pretty please, it's not like we've got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything. Who put sand in this guy's shorts? Sheesh. Okay, I think, I mean, we gotta go with Huntress, right? I feel like we're pursuing Huntress. Plus, she throws those hatchets. I feel like she would be best at volleyball. Oh shoot! Huntress overheard you! Aw, you got your eye on me! I'm flattered you think I'm good, but honestly, I'm a little annoyed that I've been so flashy with my moves. Usually I'm so sneaky that you can barely see me at all. I mean, that's kinda true. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support other people on this island, right? Oh, jeez. I have no idea what the rules are here. What are there even rules? I should have stayed in my secret Larry. My secret Larry. Wow, what a game. It's a tie. Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one knows since this is everyone's first time playing. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Hey, is Claudette trying? You okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her fellow lost survivors. You know, this resort had 4 employees when it opened. It's nothing. I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boss. Oh, look, the killers have disappeared and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirit is reading a novel. Trapper is stretching sensually in between chainsaw curls. Rafe is standing on the beach, desperately hoping that the sand will swallow him up. And Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. You feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short. You can get snuffed out at any time of day. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Carpe nowum. Go ahead. Chat one of them up. So which killer has your eye? Ooh, who do we go talk to? Chat, who do we talk to? Huntress, duh. Okay, we're just gonna go all in on Huntress this game, I see. Gotta get them big, muscly women. That's the way. You head over to Huntress. After all, this whole sporty hangout thing was her idea. May as well see how she's doing. You were really great out there. Where'd you learn to move like that? Whose moves? My moves? These moves? They're nothing. Huntress blushes a bit from beneath her mask. It's cute on cute, if you ask me. Sometimes you gotta look past some bloodstains. Yeah, I mean, that's true. She's like a cute, buff lady in a cute bunny mask. Let's just pretend that the blood is ketchup and she was very, very messy with her french fries. A lot of men have run for their lives in my presence. You really learn a lot about what the human body is capable of in those types of scenarios. I love to exercise. In a way, we're all running for our lives when we keep in shape. That's true, actually. If you're running to get healthy, you're running for your life. Guess I've never thought of fitness that way. Maybe it's time to start. You never know who's coming for you through the brush as fast as they can, propelled forward by hunger, desperation, or just plain old boredom. Doesn't seem like boredom is gonna be your problem surrounded by all these characters. Survival, on the other hand, you're gonna need to compensate for your lack of a killer instinct. What's your style? Grit. I'm leaning grit. We can be gritty and plucky. Let's go grit. I might not be strong, but I'm tough. You know what I mean? Like, chewy? She did not seem to know what you mean. Like ready for anything. To do whatever it takes to survive. Yeah. Oh, sure, like hold your enemy's head down in the river until the shouting stops and the rushing water takes his life away with it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Maybe not anything, but I'm ready for a lot of things. Get ready to impress, because we're just getting started. Come on, everyone, the fun and games can't be over already. I get it. Volleyball, not ruthless enough. Look at us, we crave action. We crave excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court, Skylarka. Guilty. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air, and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you, she's handing it to you. Don't worry, I've got several of these. Thank you, Sonamikan! Hello! We're playing the Dead by Daylight dating simulator. And our dating, we're trying to date the Huntress because she's a big buff lady. And that seems like the best thing. So how is your...
Have confidence.
Thank you, Maru DeCinco! Hello! How was your stream, Soto? You were doing Pokemon raids, yeah? Yeah, Huntress is totally bae. Look at this woman. Look at this woman. Raiders, I am Skylarka. I am an opossum. And I play music and games. And right now we're playing this very silly Valentine's game. Yeah, I would let her kill me too. That's what we're trying to do, I think. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. You can't even see me. Hey Sheila, hello, good to see you. So the, Opossum Fact 15. Okay. Opossum Fact 15 from Giselle is: opossums are passive animals and will generally not harm you or your pets if you encounter them in the wild. When they feel threatened, possums generally bare their teeth and growl or hiss before attempting to flee. When they are very suddenly threatened and by surprise, they can involuntarily enter a catatonic state, dropping to the ground, going limp, and appearing dead. This is what we call playing possum. So you see, playing possum is not on purpose. It's just an involuntary shock response. So for the folks who just got here, this blue box, the narrator is in my head. We don't know what the narrator is. Minigames consist of 2 parts on top of a pointer, which rotates in a clockwise... Oh, it's gonna be like skill checks. Yeah, okay. So this is like skill checks in DBD. Press the space bar. Alright, I gotta use more than just the mouse. We want to get good success with Huntress, so we gotta do good in these mini games. Ready to play? Or would you like... No, I get it. Yeah, the narrator might be the entity from DBD. Unclear. Away we go! Show 'em what you get! No! I missed completely! Perfect. Whew. Ugh, so fast! Oh my god! I wonder if I can let it just spin and then... I don't know if I have to hit it right away, actually. I wish I could practice. Oh right, I'm sorry. I was just staring at the Huntress's gorgeously red, glistening arms. Ever been so jealous of a person that it keeps you up at night? Just me? Liar. Oh no, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. A whole target practice minigame came and went and you completely blew it? Looks like Perform got the best of both of us. Growing cool, I guess. I like my dabbing to be a bit more up close and personal. Somewhere, a loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Time's up! You heard him. Get to the next activity! This game is so silly. Seems like the next activity is mealtime. How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. Yes, I told you I've been watching too much Venture Brothers. The Trapper Sergeant Hatred. I definitely was doing Sergeant Hatred voice for the Trapper the whole time. I'm glad that somebody recognized it. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And, oh great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no, oh no, it's one of those math problems. Oh no, I'm in so much trouble. No one wants to sit next to the Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Trickster's not here. Oh, Trickster, what? Trickster's here, surprise! Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected Stir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, Skylarka. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. I can't believe the Trickster's here. I had no idea that he was in this game. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this, we can't even fit everyone on the screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Nobody wants Trickster except for all of the thirsty fans. I know what DVD fans do with Trickster on the internet, on those websites. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Oh good, I don't need to seat them. Thank goodness, I was very nervous about that. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply cannot divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which, you know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing. And you need to murder something to eat. And you need to murder something to eat its meat. So, like, that's technically true. Yeah. Technically is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Meat is a murder? Okay, hold your horses, Morrissey. For real, for real. Hey, Skylarka, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. Hydrate. Yes, thank you. I need to hydrate. Doing all these voices. Definitely need hydration. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, have you? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? Oh, so even without hag, we're still eating people. That's good. This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up that delectable meal. It's just a little long pig. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am with my rod axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. Look at her beautiful rippling arms. First, who's in twain? Something I swear, it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my flavor. Fast, when cleaned. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough! Grow up! I think only that, like, in terms of who's a cannibal in the game, I know for a fact that in Dead by Daylight, the hag is the only character that actually eats any pieces of the survivor in the gameplay. It's part of her mori. When she kills people, she eats them. I don't know if in the lore any of the other characters are cannibals. I mean, obviously the cannibal, but he's not an original character from DVD. He's Leatherface from the Chainsaw Massacre movies. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Ops. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. Please, I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look each other in the eye. I can do it. I am the skull of Azeroth. Great, instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey Skylarka, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean dinner. Oh, it's Felix! Otherwise this will go on for hours, no hyperbole. Once they argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. That definitely sounds like DVD. Oh man, yeah. Like, if you've ever been to the DVD forums and gone to the Killer Mains areas, yeah. Oh yeah. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Well, I mean, you gotta maintain a healthy body. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea, we'd hate for it to get cold. We hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Alright. Skill checks. I wonder if I can let it, like, spin a bunch of times, or if it's just like skill checks and I have to do it right away. I feel like I can't just let it spin. I feel like it's just like skill checks. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is much easier. It's slower. Okay, I've got to be able to let it spin. Yeah, I can let it spin. Okay. Oh, that makes it a lot easier. It's okay. At least you tried a little. Sometimes trying takes a lot of effort. Oh no! She's mad at me for not understanding the game! What the hell was that? You ruined dinner. Your swinging was so poorly aimed, you hacked it to pieces. The bad kind of pieces, too. I hope you're drunk. Dinner is finally served. Oh no, we're gonna have to work to get back in Huntress's good graces now. Did I fuck that up? The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involve lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? I mean, this is obviously hell. I mean, come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think my mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their ass off to make this night perfect. Yeah, so the ocean also is talking to us periodically, and for the raiders, and we don't know what is the deal with the ocean. It's just very spooky. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to dash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Skylarka. Number 2 is no number 2. One thing, less thing to think about in the afterlife. Oh, that's true. If you don't eat, you don't poop. Oh my god, drinking water. I need to remember to get a straw. I'll get a straw whenever we take a break, because I keep meaning to. Because when I sip mate, my model doesn't go off. But when I sip water, it does. I just gotta start using a straw. I have reusable straws. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Yeah, my model had a conniption because I took a sip of water. That's what happens. That's why I gotta get a straw. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. Don't say that about Felix. Felix gave his life so we could have this beautiful meal. But even worse, they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like it. They want an explanation why. Do you want to tell them? I don't want to make them upset. I don't want to say it's gross. Let's look at a seagull. Wow! Have you ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the Huntress didn't like it. Yeah, she's right, Skylarka. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island and no memory of who you are? Yes, you did, poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal, and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull! Uh-oh, he just made a lot of good points. I swear, you're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that, or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey. It's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. Okay, Ocean Man. Take me by the hand. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you. Not unless you follow the right path. Or at least, a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Well, clearly I'm here to hook up with that beautiful slab of meat, the Huntress. Answer that, and you'll know the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious, I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. Spooky. You wake up to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cold water into your mouth. Oh good, it's Huntress. Oh good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try and care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. Which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy, living person around. Usually, I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's head open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. Oh man, I totally get that, yeah. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. Look at her being so seductive. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful, but I was just gonna narrate that fact, not, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful mask! Your buddy mask. It's quite gorgeous. Nice recovery, but now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you can see that Huntress is blushing a bit. It seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? She offers you some jerky. Probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because the smell is pretty damn good. I'm definitely gonna take the jerky. When on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you are really hungry, and you can chow down on jerky centrally, right? Love some. After a moment of quietly chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Yeah, the music is absolutely amazing. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there? You do not play around. I mean, look at this woman. Of course I do not play around. Look at this woman. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, Skylarka. Look at this. Yeah, I want her to squeeze me. Just squeeze me, please. There was this one deer that looked at me provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubbling out from behind Huntress. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip, probably left by some little girl who was playing on the beach long ago who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Oh, convenient. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow, or show off some of your knowledge of advanced humaning? Oh, I want to help her out. Let's show her. You silly goose. You chuckle before reaching for the bag of jerky. You take the barrette off and collect a lock of Huntress's hair, clipping it back into an attractive swoop. Much better. Huntress is so happy that you taught her something about new human trinkets. She touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. Aw, yeah, gang! Oh yeah! Get it. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps from behind you and quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find it's Dwight and Claude sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, while they're waving in the air above their heads. More water, I'm sorry. Sorry for the twitch. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of this evening's activities. Dwight, go hide in a locker. Get out of here. That's strictly slotted for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No, I was actually sick. No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go! Everyone desperately loves Huntress, especially her slick cross-map snipes. Yes, that's true. But also her rockin' bod. I mean, seriously. Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. Yes, she has a beautiful singing voice. That means that we're behind on time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share their spooky nighttime story. Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group. That never goes well. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely clean up. No fuss, no fuss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. So sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule before, even once? Damn it, Donald! Oh my god, what? Damn it, Donald! I don't know why that's so funny. Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Bussin' and busser. You know I'd love to have smash and slice. He's just full-blown Sergeant Hatred now. That's what I'm doing for him. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. Oh look, now he's nobody. Excuse me. But we still gotta get started on story time, so... Skylarka, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody. Alright, whose story do we want to hear? Are we just gonna go all in on Huntress, or should we listen to somebody else's story? What do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think? Whose story? All in, alright. Yes, alright, Huntress. I choose you, Pikachu! Huntress! Whoa, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, shall we? Huntress steps up to tell her story. The campfire flickers in her faraway eyes. There is a village outside the deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men that ventured in often would never return, and the sounds that echoed out into the village were something inhuman. The women of the town told the story to the young children, hoping that it would be enough to dissuade them from curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the woods, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren, haunting, beautiful, her voice the last relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear into her domain, and not precocious. I'm sorry, that just confused me. It lulls all who hear into her domain, and not precocious child, nor fierce soldier, can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who've seen her say she wears a mask of hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many an unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there. For what's a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but big hunter meat to live off of? It's said that the Huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girls she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring them back to her secluded cabin to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. The Huntress would even bring the girls presents. Toys she'd pilfered from other bodies, masks she'd fashioned out of things from the cottage, and little dolls made of grass and twigs. But these toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. For all her good intentions, the Huntress had never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath Huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. Sorry, I can't sing. Not singing. Sleep, my darling tiny one, tucked within your bed so tight, else the old gray wolf will come and grab you by your side. There's a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Definitely not gonna make a joke. Join in singing or slow clap? What do you think? What do you think, chat? Alright, we got one clap, one sing. I think I'm gonna join in singing. That feels more romantic. He'll snatch you up between his teeth if on the bed's edge you sleep, and drag you to the forest deep beneath the quaking tree. Huntress can't believe you know this song. Noodles! Huntress can't believe you know this song. You share an intimate glance across the campfire.
Have confidence.
I have so much confidence right now. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. So close your eyes and fall asleep. Count the little woolly sheep, tucked so tightly you must keep, or he will come for you. The song ends, and you are both met with silence around the campfire. I love that song, Bayu Bayushka, the old Soviet lullaby, right? It's the song my mother used to sing to me before bed every night. But now, I must go. The memories, they're so much. Oh, she's crying. Can we go comfort her? On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit before they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island will want you to hear. Fucking Trickster. I am the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in an ocean of sardines. I'll tell you what, man, though, I like sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches you. Oh, she's back. She's back. Of course you liked my story. Who wouldn't? It had everything. Cute kids, dead men, a huntress. Yeah, huntress. I find all stories are better with the sound of a burning fire filling the air around you. You know, it's actually true. Campfire stories are really nice. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I'd rather eat barbecue than smell like it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub, shall we? Oh my god. We get to go in the hot tub with the Huntress. We are winning this game, everybody. We are winning. Dipping in hot tubs with the Huntress. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that. Damn right I'm following her, Ocean. Just don't forget our little dog. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump up from the ocean into the pool, you're pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Damn straight. Before you run off, I wanted to make something clear. You know that half-woman, half-beast I was talking about in the story? That's me. I'm her. Oh yeah. She's half-beast. The in-bed half, you know what I mean? No way, how cool! That's really awesome. Thanks for being vulnerable and telling such a personal story. Huntress faux shyly twirls her hair. Ugh. Tell the truth. What did you think of my tale? Do I have the makings of a best-selling author, such as the comedic mastermind Dostoevsky? It was a really well-told narrative. Clear beginning, middle, and end. Riveted from the start. Plus, the woman in the forest, I mean, you are clearly not a true villain. You were just a traumatized child. Okay, now you're just being a suck-up. Huntress's eyes leer at you from behind her mask. She's had her time in the spotlight and is playing coy now. Chuckle awkwardly. Why are you laughing? I can't help but giggle when I'm both about to die and also maybe falling in love. Hey, hey. You can't believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It's actually pretty endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly despite your steamy company. It's a little chilly and your bare shoulders must be freezing. Let's head back to the fire and put me to bed, eh? We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves were about to unveil themselves. Damn it, Claudette and Dwight. But it's time for bed. Oh, we were just going to bed. Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, even I'm pretty tuckered out. Will I see you tomorrow, Skylarka? You know it, baby. You know it. Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. Huntress catches the imaginary arrow you shoot in her teeth, and then bites down hard, snapping it in half. At least you think that's what she's doing. It's kind of hard to tell. Dwight from out of the locker. Dwight. Yeah, absolutely. Good night, my little snack. Oh my god. Did you see those hearts? She's falling for us. We're doing it. I'm sure that wasn't a reference to actually eating you. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Huntress's story of the half-human beast that abducted all those innocent children, an attempt to save them that led to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is this your salvation, or will it be your demise? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive with their now familiar, creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by the firelight. We must apologize for the accommodation. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Oh, minigames. Okay. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame, perfect for the less coordinator, because there's no winning or losing. Oh, good. Wherever the pointer stops, that's your result. Suppose if it doesn't stop where you want it to, it's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Alright, I'm ready. Let's minigame it up. Let's go! We got it! As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. Let's see what's on this station. Put it on 92. Oh, this is music from Dead by Daylight.
Now join me on a stroll down memory lane. Behavior's been making games for about 30 years. Mostly for other people. Licenses and other...
Let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else, either playing the game or talking about the game,
This
or
is
creating
behavior
content relating to the game, or
these are
being
behavior
inspired by the
entertainment
game
people.
to write music or to make...
Here we go. Some music. This is spooky. Spooky. Bye, Maru. Thank you for coming by. Alright, let's turn it off. Let's keep going. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like? I mean, at this point, it's gotta be Huntress. Huntress, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huntress appears in an instant. You really didn't hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. Ooh. If a Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it. You do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky by now. You've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is still undeniably odd. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, huh? Would it have hurt you so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying. I'm out here, you know. Is the ocean trickster? Do we think the ocean could be trickster? Because he said we had to find him. You awake, suddenly to see someone looming over you. Wraith stares at you awkwardly. He says nothing, just stares. You look around to see if there's something going on behind you or on either side, but nope, he's just staring. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the Huntress right before bedtime. Are you making some sort of, alliance? Are you with... Wraith scans the horizon. Them. I'm just making sure you are who you say you are. I've been burned before, and something seems off on this island since you arrived. Even more than usual. Maybe we could talk more about that tomorrow. It's just, since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow. Together. It's just, you have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful, boring, and loud, and stupid. You're different. There's finally someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. I think we could, have fun. I could show you some cool stuff if you want. If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it, no pressure. In fact, probably just forget I was here. Good night! Finally alone, for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. You know, I would let Huntress poison me, though. We did have a hot tub date. Wait a second, where are we? This is... Oh, geez, it is. This is one of those reality show confessional rooms where all of the contestants have to talk directly to the camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do you think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Attractive, mysterious. It's happening. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time, major buzzkill, and Trapper, oof, where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. 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 been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. Oh my god, yeah. Okay. Sheesh. Just for you, Sheila. Just for you. If I'm being honest. Hold on, I need some water to do this voice.
Noodles, noodles, noodles.
If I'm being honest, I want to kill about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see suffer for a long time before I kill them. This person, for some reason, I would like them to continue living. For now. One false step. Well, you know, everyone else calls me Trapper for a reason. And they better call me Trapper. I swear, if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm gonna kill the Chiron guy. I don't really care. This island is full of people who don't really like me, so what's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my pain anyway. You know, I think I learned a lot about myself today. I always thought I was doomed to be alone for eternity, only my creeping desire for revenge to keep me company. Now, I know it. We made it through the first day. We did it! Okay, so since it's the start of day 2, it's a little earlier than I normally would do it, but I'm doing all these voices with this game, so I'm out of water. So we're gonna take a quick break, be about 5 minutes, and then we will be back to continue on with the game and take on day 2. So do not go anywhere. I will be back in 5 with some fresh water, and I'll get a straw so that hopefully my model doesn't go all crazy when I take a sip. Yeah, stick around. We'll be right back.
Deliberate murder.
Hello, I'm back. I'm back. We've got these pleasant sounds of the ocean. And we're ready. Waking up for day 2 on the Murder Island. You open your eyes. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great. Totally well rested. That's nice, that's good. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. I see, yeah. I suppose I didn't exactly notice that. But, well, here we are, down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? I sure hope not. We got in good with Huntress. No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch. No? It's true. And talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster, carrying coffee. Straw is much better on my model. That's good. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off, right? Oh my god, it's coffee. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. No we're not. We're really not. Don't let this game fool you. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the never mind, he left. I think the other island is probably the entity's normal realm, where the killers kill everyone. And this is like the killer vacation island where they get to take a break. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, we didn't. What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise. The time and place, you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up from you two, not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with algorithms. Oh my god, the fourth wall breaking and this is so silly. Just trust me. I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me, and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something of grave importance. The ocean's a pirate now. That's just how it is. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review if it was crafted with love. And or that's the type of thing you're into. Yes. Yeah. I also like that, Giselle. Nobody likes the Trickster. And the Trickster. He tricks. He's full of tricks. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes, there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We gotta celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not be overly critical of them. I actually really like this because the DVD community for a while was like extremely aggressive and super toxic and horrible to the developers. And so I like that they're like sneaking this in, like, yo, there's bugs, but like, games have bugs. You should appreciate the game. We're working hard on the game, and it's good, you know? I like that. I like that they were able to put this message in here. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? Not to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made up cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Oh, yeah, that one dev. Yeah, that one guy that made, like, those fucked up comments about, like, I think you're talking about the colorblind stuff, where that one guy was like, yeah, people are colorblind, it's the game for them. And then Behavior was like, and they made an actually, like, good colorblind mode. Yeah, fuck that guy. That one guy in particular that said that that wasn't a priority or wasn't important. Because that's important. Can we please move on? Yes, of course. Apologies, Skylarka. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I'm not suspicious that there's no option. I'm gonna say I've been having a lovely time. I used to go in a hot tub with a babe. If I were to summarize my time here, I'd call it a lovely time. Aww, lovely. We love to hear that because isn't that what this place is all about? Finding love? No. Shut up, Dwight. You'll get us all killed again and again and again and again and again. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all have to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? Do I sign the agreement? Do I sign the agreement to not disparage the island? What do we think? What do we think? Yeah, I don't want to be legally bound. Good call, Giselle. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Skylarka, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Oh my god, this fucking game. Delightful. Excellent. Yes. Hey, Skylarka. It's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can mean only one thing. Breakfasted. Is it gonna be meat for breakfast again? Water. Gotta wet the old whistle. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and so much for maintaining these beach pods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Oh man, here we go, more Trapper. Personally, I wasn't. I'll be honest, I didn't expect you to survive yesterday, so congrats, I guess. Whether you survive today, 50-50 at best. Good luck. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. Hubba hubba. I feel a stirring inside my animal heart. Something I've never felt before. It's almost like the feeling right before I go in for the kill, but softer, warmer. Sounds like it could be love, or maybe just indigestion from all the raw beef she had last night. Ah yes, Felix was a cow. Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, that surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast, too, and just like that, here comes Spirit. If I look especially well rested this morning, it's not because I slept well. As you know, I'm much too dedicated to finding revenge to ever sleep again. But because you all really left me alone yesterday to be my best, non-constantly annoyed self, and I thank you for that. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with all of you, while looking cute doing so. She is pretty cute. Look at how cute she is. With her floating little legs. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Ah, perfect, there he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Skylarka to our island to paradise, and yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking any questions. Question 2. What will the Wraith shut up? And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? Yeah, you were Spirit main for a reason. Yeah, she's cute. I will give you that. Spirit's cute. I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play! Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Sexy true to life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. Ah, my pancakes and bacon. Dang. Would have been nice. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess that's okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's true. That's very true. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more, oh yeah. That's it. Oh my god. How does that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that? Exactly like that. I swear, I had no idea these two even do, whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow, look look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Does anyone know where I can buy some? Oh, come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is panting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Oh my god, were they actually doing the doing? Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here, and I could hear you, well, you know. Know what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like, fun. Do you think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping that if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense, actually, yeah. Did you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. Yeah, Dwight, go hide in a locker and cry, I guess. My life is a nightmare, and it somehow has never been worse than right now. Yeah, Dwight. Damn straight. Good. Good stuff, game. Good stuff. Let's go, lover boy. I noted all our entries, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, Skylarka. You're gonna need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. I think that's the word, yeah. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far, today has been exhausting, too. Dwight's true love is the cold, unfeeling embrace of the locker, yes. And heaven forbid that Dwight put his hands on a generator. He would never touch a generator. Filthy cheating on lockers is what that is. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Man, I want to do that right now. That sounds great, let's go. Today, you're on a date with you. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tips like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all. It's... Oh, hey babe. The trickster. Breakfast is weird, huh? Everyone is getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the crew? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Oh my god, Trickster does intermittent fasting confirmed. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You seen my abs, by the way? Look at that, I called it. I knew it. What a douchebag. I mean, not that intermittent fasting is being a douchebag, if that is what works for you with food, but like, oh my god, this intermittent fasting. Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you for the cheer. I could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing, you gotta give him that, and the blow-up bat, threatening but adorable, makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. Absolutely genius. He's a psychopath just like the rest of them. You just don't gotta give him anything. And we're not his best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that that guy is gone, and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by, it's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope. Another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Ah, yes, Huntress! That makes sense. You two have gotten pretty cozy. Damn right we have! We should get out of here. I know a place that's quiet and out of the way. No one will be able to hunt us. I mean, hear us there. Hubba hubba. Doesn't that sound intriguing? But immediately a flood of worry floods your brain. Should you pack a picnic? Bring your swimsuit, a pocket knife? Probably an axe or something, right? You decide to bring as much as you can. You may have to make a run for it at some point, and you should be prepared. But of course, you washed up on this island with nothing but the clothes on your back, so you've got nothing to gather. Are you really ready for this? I mean, they call her the Huntress, not the Hugstress. Well, maybe she's just hunting for love. You ever think of that, narrator? You look up at this towering goddess, trying to form a sentence when suddenly, before you can decide if you want to go off with her, the trapper interjects. Oh no. I demand that you reconsider. Why settle for a buddy with a hatchet when you can have everything you ever wanted? Well, everything I ever wanted is a big woman, not Sergeant Hatred. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today and also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say. One life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, wretching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island has really got me tilted. So who will it be? Oh, I mean, definitely, there's like no question. I also don't think I can do the trapper voice all that much anymore. I've been doing it too much. He talks too much. Can't go on a date with Trapper. I gotta go with Huntress. Oh my... She's so cute. You and Huntress make your way to the secluded beach house. Your heart thrums in your chest. Don't look it up. Thrums is a real word. I swear. Are these nerves of excitement or terror? Isn't it fun to mix the sexy and horrifying? Yes, it is. As a matter of fact. Hubba hubba. Huntress is as quiet as a mouse as she guides you through the island forest. You struggle to keep up with her. She moves like a jungle cat, all muscle and silent leaps across thorny brush. She halts suddenly, and you crash into her, having been desperately trying to keep up. You follow her gaze and realize that you've arrived. A cabin in the woods. Obligatory in nearly all horror films and stories, and you've come here willingly with a fearsome killer. Good job! Well, you know. You know what they say about cabins in the woods. They're isolated enough, no one can hear you scream. Oh yeah. The cabin is cozy, but something seems off about it. You can't quite put your finger on what it is. Huntress stares at you through her bunny mask, cocking her head to the side as if trying to gauge your reaction to her hideaway. Are you gonna invite me inside? Why do you need an invitation? Are you a vampire? No. Oh. Is it just me, or did Huntress seem a little disappointed? You didn't peg her for a lover of the fang. But hey, I don't judge. The lover of the fang. Oh my god, that is like so whenever True Blood was on TV. Well, it was like 2008 or whatever, when True Blood was everywhere. Lover of the fang. Come in. Let's explore. follow her inside. It's creepy, rickety, and definitely not up to code. Sounds like my den. But it has a certain homey charm. You're quite the decorator. Also like my den. She blushes. Indeed she is. A chandelier made of bones hangs delicate from the foyer ceiling, and a collection of trinkets lines the mantel. Something tells you the people who once owned these things are not in this mortal coil anymore. Could you be Huntress's next victim? I mean, I'd let her kill me. Yeah. Definitely. Like, I mean, just look at all that cake. Like, come on, man. That's not even a fair question. Like, yeah, I'm fine with that. The thought gives you a wicked thrill. Hey, she's looking at you, and yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, that's right, game. You get it. What do you think of my collection? I could learn to like this. I could certainly learn to like this. The whole place is quite tactile. There's so much to look at. The organized chaos makes me want to craft things with my hands. You would like it here. You have the eye of someone who appreciates fine stolen things. Damn straight. I can't wait to go treasure hunting with you. We could find so many more goodies on the island. But first, what do you think of the other killers on the island? I mean, Trickster is pretty out there, but everyone else seems like they have interesting backstories and whatnot. Oh my god, the digs at Trickster is so good. Oh my goodness. A little gossip, huh? What are you playing at, Skylarka? Huntress considers this for a beat. She seems to have two modes, thoughtful and explosive. You hope to never be in the splash zone when the explosive part emerges. Or do I? Why? Are you jealous? Before you can answer, the house begins to shake. Huntress loses her balance on the termite-infested floor and falls into your arms. You are not mad about it, but before you have time to enjoy taking this moment in... Oh my god. Giant enemy crab. Oh no, it's an attack! A horde of killer crabs invade through the crevices in the poorly constructed cabin. They race at you and Huntress in swarms, clacking their razor-sharp claws at you. You must act quickly. What will you do? I mean, I definitely have to, like, kill the crabs, right? Excuse me, Chip. Is the Shaska a weapon? Anybody know? What's a Shaska? I'm not sure what that is. Let her do the fighting? I mean, that's not clearly an option. Yeah, please, look up a Shaska. I have no clue what that is. Because that, she did see... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab a Shaska. I think she'll get excited if I want to hunt with her. You quickly reach out and grab a Shaska off the wall. Being the highly educated person that you definitely are, you know that a Shaska is a Russian sword, not an umbrella or a can of cola or something else like that. Yes, yeah, I know. I know what it is, thanks to Giselle in the chat. Oh, look at... Back to back with Huntress, you both hack away at the attacking crustaceans. This is... yeah, baby. You manage to slay the majority of the killer crabs. The ones you missed go scurrying away back into their hidey holes. Huntress turns to you with a gaze that's full of passion and intrigue. However, before it bubbles over, she looks away, suppressing this feeling. Is she nervous? Huntress sits down on the wicker couch and begins cleaning the guts off her hatchet. It's an obligatory scene for every killer. You're just happy to not be the source of what she's wiping off. If for anybody who doesn't play DBD, every single killer in the game, after you hit someone, their cooldown on their attack is them cleaning their weapon. So they like wipe their weapon off, and everybody does it differently, and it's an obligatory cooldown. Looks like we're having crap for dinner. She doesn't smile at your joke. She has that ponderous look on her face again. Go join her on the couch. Man, sometimes those near-death experiences really get me thinking about what I want in life. I think I'd really like to start a family one day. How about you? Maybe one day with the right person. I mean, it's a life-changing decision. You have to make sure it's right. Huntress smiles coyly. It's true, she does not need protection. A good answer. You never know what kind of weirdos are out there. What were you like as a kid? You try to imagine this giantess as a meek child in a puffer coat wandering about the forest. Huntress chuckles, her laugh quite cute and soft. I was so innocent. We hunted to survive, then went back to the cottage, and Mother would tell me stories, and we drank tea and imagined a life far away from the woods. Somewhere like this. I suppose I finally achieved what she always wanted from me. But since coming here, something feels off. It's beautiful and warm, and everyone is so attractive, like thirst traps galore. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Yeah. But don't you get the feeling that something is coming for us? Oh no, she's on to you, but about what? Swirling memories rush through your head. Nightmares, visions of a dark cloud. Oh, that's the entity. Ah, yeah. Claudette and Dwight's vacant stares that belie some sort of hypnosis. Quick, validate her theory or try to push it off. I'm gonna agree with her. I just want to flatter her all day. I think you're onto something. What do you know? How long have you all been here? Do you remember anything at all about why we might be here? I've been having these dreams, seeing things. I think we're all serving some greater purpose here. Huntress reveals a strange object that she stole from near the stage where Trickster performs. It has some strange symbol on it. A bottle. Interesting. Truthfully, it doesn't seem that strange to you. It's just a glass bottle. However, the label is interesting. She hands it over to you, but before she can explain her theory, Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt. Damn it. Dwight, go back to your locker. Claudette, go hide in a bush. We have a dramatic announcement! But it needs to happen back at the beach. Oh, things were just getting good, guys. You arrive at the beach, and you realize you were set up. There is no big announcement after all. Damn it! What we have here is a good old-fashioned rivalry. It's true. Exactly like that voice that we cannot hear and certainly aren't referencing says. We were forced to interrupt your lovely date by another killer. They are here and ready to make you an offer of love you won't be able to deny. Oh no, I don't want to date another killer. Oh! Isn't the label similar to a bunch of... Yeah, the coin is... Yeah, that's totally an add-on. Actually, the coin... Yep, you're right. Interesting. Of course it's fucking Trapper. Trapper emerges from the water. Is he in slow motion? He's pure thirst. He's Paul Newman on horseback. He's Denzel on the cover of GQ. Manliness brought to life. I mean, yeah. Also, was he holding his breath under there this whole time waiting for his cue? That's commitment to a bit if I've ever seen it. Heard you spent the day in a quaint cottage. That's cute. How about a quaint mansion? Or better yet, how about one beach cottage? Yeah, including Antarctica. I'm really rich. Think of how cozy we can get there in a snowy 10-bedroom chateau. One of those pools that is half indoor, half outdoor, but nice and warm throughout. That way you can kill a mama polar bear from the outside while watching her cubs cry over her body from inside. My god. Also, I'm pretty sure that Sergeant Hatred is the perfect voice for the Trapper. Wow, Trapper is the real deal, and by real, I do mean really, and by deal, I mean evil. Plus, you really want to hunt for your food for the rest of your life? With me, you get it both ways. Savagery and someone to clean up after you. Sounds nice, huh? As if. That life isn't for me, bro. I'm very impressed you can speak with implied quotation marks. Very cool. This guy is a total douche nozzle. Try hard much? He's like the turn of the century Pacific Northwest version of a Wall Street bro. Trust me, it tracks. I'm just gonna trust. Patrick Bateman with a huge chip on his shoulder. You wouldn't go with him if he were brandishing a cleaver at you. Oh shit, he is. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm into a quieter lifestyle. I relish my independence and don't need someone to wipe my butt for me. Oh no, he's gonna kill me. You run back to the huge arms of Huntress. She hugs you tight. Yeah. Hug! Oh! So tight you feel the life leave your body for just a moment, but it hurts so good. Ah, that squeeze. That's what we've been going for. We're doing it, chat. We got the squeeze. You know what? I'm impressed that you stood up to me. I appreciate someone giving me their totally honest opinion, even if that makes me want to carve out your liver. And the butt wiping comment? That's not what I meant by clean up after you, but I'm hiring someone to do that for me the moment I get home. You know, Trapper, you should really consider a bidet. That's the way to go. Yeah. No more wiping. Wash. Clean. Simple. Nice. Trapper leaves, and you turn to Huntress, walking in slow motion back to the water. It's pretty weird. He's just gonna stay there all night. Shall we continue our date? Oh my god, she's so excited! Ah! It's happening! Huntress leads you back to her cabin. You thought you'd remember the way, but it's like the forest has completely changed. Nothing is familiar. Better be sure not to get lost out here. Can you believe that guy? Classic Trapper playing a move like that. I'm so glad you chose me, though. I don't think we've explored all there is between us yet. Oh, me neither, baby. Me neither. She winks a bunny-masked eye and scoops you up onto her back. Oh my god, we get a baby! Huntress runs through the woods with you piggyback riding her. The wind ruffles your hair. Animals clear a path for the mighty woodswoman as she races like the lead from that famous teen vampire drama in that one scene where he calls her a spider monkey. Huntress doesn't call you that. I think that's a reference to Twilight, but I don't know. I did not see Twilight. Whee! Eventually, she gently lowers you to the ground and you take in your surroundings. A wooded clearing in the forest. Huntress prances about you like a deer in a meadow. I like to come here sometimes to clear my head and pick up a few woodland creatures. Foxes are my favorite to spot. They are so cute, or they think they are so cute and sly, but I can see right through them. They're just assholes, great with hot sauce. Huntress hears rustling and darts off to find its source, crouching down low like an animal. This music is incredible. Now you're alone in the middle of the forest. Which way did you come from again? No idea. Your sense of direction is all off. A mellifluous voice floats through the air, landing upon your ears. like syrupy honey. Come find me. Oh, we got it. Top skill checks here. Come on, that was a great one. It's so fast. Oh no! So late. Oh, we got it though, because we got the one great one. You bop Huntress on the shoulder when you find her. She finds you. Oh my god, I love this woman. You trying to date this young lady or just bro down all day? You're so good at hiding, I'm having a real blast. Thanks. They say it takes 10,000 hours of practice to get good at something. Hey, they do say that. That was fun, huh? I keep trying to relax and have a good time, but that's really hard for me. Anytime I let my guard down, something terrible happens. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do we say? Do we go for it? Or do we just keep chatting? What do we do? I'm gonna go for it. I'm going for it, guys. I'm going for it, chat. I'm going for it, everybody. What if we let our paints down? Oh no! Oh, we fucked that up. Damn it. Okay, we swear we're here for a good reason this time. Yeah, no one is manipulating us this time. It's time for dinner. Congrats. This music is incredible. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No. You are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secret. But enough gentle ribbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here and they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, it's not because of your personality. It's because you just met them yesterday. However, since Wraith seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm sick of watching everyone else gorge themselves while I'm preoccupied with, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, none of that. I'm not really hungry anyway, so I'd say we just do a simple salad or something. The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo is gross. I don't know, man. Mayo is the greatest food in the world. If you ask Kamen Rider Wizard. Fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Not iceberg, though. It has no nutritional value. Letting Wraith choose was a mistake. That's on all of us. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Hey, would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. tell of your brush with death. Today was nuts. We went to Huntress' secret cabin and killer crabs attacked us. Yes, she likes it. It's true. I'll fall asleep tonight to the delicious sound of crunching crustaceans. Whoa, that would never happen on my yacht. I grind them up. Much more satisfying way to kill crabs. At least those kinds of crabs. I have a little comb for the other kind. See, he is Sergeant Hatred. He is. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they are all very tired. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetite. Don't you mean bone? No, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around as you pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Get in a locker, Dwight. I'm gonna thank them. They're doing hard work. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen. Something that will change everything. Something big, eh? I wonder if we'll get some lore here. You can go willingly, or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul! I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes and also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, if only to get away from Rick's complaining. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling fire's heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers to take their places. Wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing happening is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool, and now everyone's looking at you. So, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story, or could we play charades, boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Rafe points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing could do? Probably shoot lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Rafe. Skylarka was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. I'll tell a story. Why not? Sure, I'm game to tell a story. Oh no, this fucking guy. I hope it's a mystery. Okay, so what kind of story do you want to tell? Let's tell her. Oh, what do we think the Huntress will like? Romance? Action? Or an adventure? I'm gonna tell a romance story, I think. Lean into the romance. I'll tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? Or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same wily wolverine? Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting, she'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. Bit too soon, if you can trust someone. Bit too soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? Excuse me. It's so sweet. Rafe likes it. Exactly, I learned about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Hubba hubba. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So who else would like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. I want another story from Huntress. Huntress, you seem raring to go. Let's hear from you. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Sure thing. My neck of the woods isn't wanting for horrifying mythology. Mother once told me the story of a young man who was traveling back home after the war. Which war? Doesn't matter. I just wanted some backstory details to paint a picture. I'll paint you a picture if you want. The man was lost, running out of food rations. He stopped to rest for the night underneath a majestic birch tree. That's when he saw the women, naked, skin glistening in the twilight glow. Hi, I'm interested. They sang a haunting melody as they made their way downhill toward the inviting lake. Enchanted by the music, the young man followed the parade of beautiful women until they stopped in a clearing next to the water. They turned to him and smiled. One woman with long red hair stepped forward and reached for his hand. The others began to play music. Flutes, lutes, tambourines. The melody was intoxicating. The man's feet began to move beneath them. He was dancing, moved by the magical music of these mysterious women. Twilight darkened into night, and the man grew weary. But when he tried to still his moving feet, he found that he could not. Help! I cannot stop dancing, he cried to the nearest woman. A slender woman with green hair. That seems bad. She drew near to him, and he saw her features distort into something horrific. She was bloated, an eye hanging from one socket, skin the color of algae, a rusalka, her true self. You'll never stop dancing, she screeched at him. My sisters and I were drowned in this lake by men of your regiment. Consider this your punishment. The man cried out, but it was me. Someone must pay, the Rusalka said, her voice filled with briny malice. And so the man danced and danced until his bones broke and his heart gave out. The dance of death. A silent beat as everyone takes in this macabre ending. But it's not all bad. Rusalkas are also fertility goddesses. If a lady had stumbled across them, she would have been blessed with a fruitful womb, and probably some candy for the road. Damn, does she really think this is a happy ending? I want what Huntress is having. I want Huntress. How is story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of a fan of episodic-style storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off of any individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Skylarka, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that, we don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. Okay. God forbid my small talk got in the way of a romantic twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your trap. Yeah, Dwight, go back to your locker and cry more. You know, we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to wink end up dead. Why did you say the words wink out loud, and what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking. Oh, me too, actually. My eyes are linked, I can't wink. See? Try it. Just blinking. Just blinking. No winking's happening. Physically incapable. Just like Dwight. I don't like that I have something in common with Dwight, I'll be honest. Not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with no legit kill counts, right? Well, except for the spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash-talking spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some hot killer takes? Please, enough talk of burns. Things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran away as far from this place as we could go? Just you and me. On those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Skylarka is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. And that's yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I chose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice, and it's completely logical. It's because she has a ranged weapon, so she walks slower than the other killers in the game. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on? Or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick me, one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or you could, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Ooh, I'm definitely gonna go back with Huntress. This is Huntress all the time playthrough. That's what this is. Yeah, no, I'm not satisfied with that. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because of that guy. Gotta be Huntress. You know, I had the feeling you'd pick me, you've got good taste. And I don't just say that because I'm considering eating you. She can eat me. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Eat me. Huntress licks her lips as she eyes you up and down. You've never felt like a literal piece of meat this much in your life before. What have you gotten yourself into? Let's go over to the bar. I'm gonna make you into something special. Uh-oh. You and Huntress whisk yourselves away to the bar. When you arrive, you find an arrangement of arts and crafts supplies. And those are taxidermy tools. Cool. Are you freaking out? I'm not freaking out. You wonder what's going through Huntress's head. Though she's bubbly and enthusiastic, you're always terrified she might snap. Something on your mind? She smiles. Drink this. Oh, is she gonna kill me and stuff me? Oh no, it's one of these wonderful light drinks. Thank you. Huntress stands you a seemingly normal cocktail. If one were to drug you into some sort of state in which you could be operated on, these flavors would certainly hide the poison. You look around, consider what else there is to live for besides becoming Huntress's little toy, and the conclusion is bombs away. You have the drink. It's quite nice. I've been thinking about making you a present. A mask. Would you be into that? Oh, she's not gonna eat me or stuff me. Yes, of course, I've always admired yours. What would you like? And it can't be a dog, even though I know you like them. There was this ex, they were really into Dobermans, like too into them. It's a long story. Rabbit, anglerfish, or fluffy cat? I want a matching mask. A rabbit mask, just like yours, please. Well, that's not very Oh no. Huntress is annoyed, but then her face lights up. Or wait, is this brilliant? We can use this as a tactical advantage. Like there's two of us. We can attack from both sides. Oh yeah, baby, attack me from both sides. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Well, I know what I'm gonna be working on tonight. All alone in my skimpy pajamas. Huntress winks at you. This deserves a celebration. You thumped your fist on the table like you're in some old-timey movie about horny Vikings or surly Russian ice farmers. More drinks for all my friends. Whoa, okay, slow it down. I don't even have that kind of energy after today. Let's do something a bit more relaxing. Huntress, you've got lots of hobbies. Why don't you share something with us that you're passionate about? Something less deadly than throwing axes or chasing survivors, maybe? Just a thought. Making more masks? Or wait, making matching gloves? No, you little joker. I'm thinking of a different type of making. Making our victims die fast, medium, or slow death, depending on the mood we're in. It's another round of be careful what you wish for on Murderer's Island, Dwight. I need your help, doing something in a different place entirely. You read my mind. Meet you there. I'm talking about mycology, you know, mushrooms. I picked a lot of them, and I'm very familiar with which ones make for a great soup base and which ones make you super dead. I'll show you 2 mushrooms. You point at the one that's safe to eat. Oh boy. Okay, that does not actually sound easy, game. That sounds really hard. I'm just gonna go with this one. Oh no, I was wrong. That little fella's an autumn skullcap, and after eating one, the diarrhea doesn't kill you, the liver failure probably will. Next up, this one is very easy. I'm sure you'll nail it. Point at the one that won't result in almost instant death if you eat it. Oh my god, this is... Oh boy. Oh boy. now, you would have just eaten a deadly dapperling, which has a name that is both adorable and, well, deadly. Adorable and deadly. Do you know anyone else like that? Final question. Which will make you jump for joy and which will make you vomit until you die? Correct. That's a green crackling rusula. Sure, it might look moldy, but I guess you shouldn't judge a mushroom by its gross green cap. Not everything is exactly as it appears at first glance. That was fun, right? I like flexing a little more than just my biceps for you. Alright, let's see here about tabulating your answers, and not great. Not all wrong, but it only takes one poisonous mushroom to put you down for good. Guess you'll just need to keep me around so you don't shove anything deadly into your mouth. Huntress claps her hands giddily. Hub hub. I appreciate you spending time with me tonight. I know the other killers are all very alluring in their own way. It means a lot that you'd spend time with a forest bumpkin such as myself. You're no bumpkin. You're a strong, independent woman. Don't demean yourself. Huntress leaps on you. Knife to your throat. Oh boy. I'll demean myself if I want to. Oh my god. She's angry but also turned on. This is pretty hot. We're here. Claudette and Dwight are gathering everyone together on the beach. Typical. Exactly what the voice said. I'm telling you and I'm being honest that you're the only one who can hear me. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was. Ooh, feels like we've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly, so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl, you know, the 4 types of people. Yes, the four types of people, yes. Anyway, everyone who is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pick your dream date and see who Skylarka chooses. I already know who I'm gonna choose. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? No, not the Eat Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Spirit, why don't you go first? Get this over with, and then you can go back to reading your book. Stop talking. Hit us, Spirit. Figuratively. Damn it, Dwight, you gotta watch your words with these people. Tomorrow, you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. That's it. If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trevor or dig up whatever mystery is with Ray. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? Oh, lovely. Okay then, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang out with Spirit. Sorry, anyway, Ray. Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Skylarka privately. I don't really know that that's gonna work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Skylarka? Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. Oh, he's lost his bell. He can't bing bong. Bing bong, he can't bing bong, and he's big sad. Then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's going to be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. But I want to date the Huntress. I don't want to get off the island. And maybe then we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Rafe nods. Proud. Aw, he expressed some vulnerability. Good job, old man. Good job. Trapper, without further ado, would like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience. Sometimes you just gotta say it.
Why, yes, thank you, I'd love to. So, Skylarka, you thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished and rewarded. Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like the Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even competent sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht.
Great, Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Trapper is like, stay out of my shade! Stay out of my shade! The Huntress. Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on going on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone.
What was that?
Nothing. Go away. Then, boy, oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Guess you'll have to pick me to find out. It's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing because it's clear that you're already going to pick. It's clear already that you're going to pick me. That's, yeah, it's true. Confident, mysterious. I like it too, baby. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now, go dream about all these swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Have a swell night. Did you forget to mention something? Oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up. This has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time and I'm just now finding out about it? Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. It's true. Welcome to Murderer's Island! It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof, it's like a butchering, but it hurts even worse.
You can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare to even try?
You mean, that's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who is it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings! Someone dangerous! What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek, if you get rid of Rafe, he might cry, and although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss, so which sociopath are you eliminating? I wish I could eliminate Trickster. That guy's a pain in my keister. I'm gonna eliminate the Trapper, just because his voice is starting to get tiring. This was very simple. Trapper, you scare the living shit out of me. You are eliminated.
Honestly, though, I don't. You suck. But not in a good way. You bore me. You personality-free maggot, it wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally going to do tomorrow, first chance I got. So really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though, out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open. And have fun on your date tomorrow.
Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you left behind. Because of course they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They may not get to go home with Skylarka when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we are sending our eliminated player home with... Oh my god, are you fucking serious? A trickster Dakimakura? Their own mostly new trickster body pillow. It's the next best thing next to the real trickster, but it might not hug you down. How do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested, Claudette approved. Gross. Dwight's been doing it with that pillow. I hope you sleep well tonight, Skylarka, for you're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? Not because of the guilt, I mean, knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you close by.
Oh, can you sleep tonight, knowing what you'll do tomorrow?
I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule! Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. I can't help it if I have thick arms and legs that go until they stop. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I knew we had a connection from the moment I saw him through my mats. Can never be sure what's going on in a newcomer's mind, but I like my odds for tomorrow. It's so fun hunting for love and not for food or vengeance for a change. I don't really know what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Oh, Skylarka? I forgot. I'm focusing on other things. More important things. One way or another, I won't be here for much longer.
I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now.
Oh, don't kill me.
The camera.
Did I think there was a chance I might get eliminated? Yeah, I did. Care if I got eliminated? Not even a little. Just the volume of words I spend talking about how much I don't care about things signify a deeper yearning within me to be seen, heard, and validated by those around me. Nah. What? You're not part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low-budget old-school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, kinda wish I was so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with a reality show-style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album coming up for the door, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and then doing these private gigs over on IP Island. Oh my god. What a douche. What a douche. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island. It's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed. No legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them. Don't worry. I'm talking about your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Ghost Food. Don't you say it! Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghost face. Whatever, I don't care. I'm the trickster. See you around, Skylarka. YouTube narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes, seriously, they do not pay me enough to deal with you people.
Is it my turn?
What? No, it's not your turn. You're in sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair?
What's a chair?
It's the thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew.
Okay.
Rude. Fine. Let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in.
Check-in? I was just looking for the
Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left.
It's okay. Never mind.
Never mind? What does that mean? Not you two. This wasn't meant to be confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted someplace to sit down. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How is that? You know what? I don't care. You are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. I hope we talked about lockers. Oh, great. What's it gonna be? You ate glue in the 2nd grade? You cheated on an algebra test once? Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I have ever felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, these sweet sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves, wailing seagulls, it's like a crescendoing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. Please, and please, please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means I'll eventually have to wake up. Yikes. That was a weird way to end. It's alright, Dwight. You can go hide in a locker and you'll feel better. Well, what are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough, someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyways, it seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so I hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow is gonna be a doozy. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which it's sort of okay with. You pull on your beach attire, splash a little water on your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. That look on their faces excitement? Terror? You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It has happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time! Claudette gestures over to the beach, where the killers all stand, flanked by dip torches. It's a scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Suddenly, the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't the trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-assed cameos in this show. I'm gonna chew his agent out. But before they walk over for your big moment, don't think we haven't noticed how kind you've been to us, Skylarka! Oh, I thanked them that one time. Just one time. It can't be easy being thrown onto a mysterious island for seemingly no real reason, surrounded by terrifying killers, trying to manage your most primal impulses. Murder and making out! Oh yeah! And you kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island hosts, with dignity and respect. So don't tell anyone we told you this. But, Claudette and White, look around conspiratorially. just a little hint for you. Don't try to go all the way with a killer who isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. Friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. There are killers, and there are survivors. And I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so who's into me? Claudette and Dwight look around conspiratorially again. Well, I've seen the sparks flying between you and Huntress. I saw her whittling a little figurine with you last night while everyone was asleep. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad we're on a schedule. This is what we wanted. The Huntress. You make your way back over to the row of hugs. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air, and I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, although I do recommend staying away from those sparks. It's time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this! No, you don't, but who cares? Skylarka, who do you want to choose for your solo date? Can we at least do the flower thing? Wait, I thought we agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing. The thing where the suitor gets a flower as a symbol of their contestant's love and affection. What flower thing are these two up to? Huh. Okay, guys. Oh, right. I suppose, but no roses. They're such a cliche at this point. Well, that's good, because I tried to pick a rose, but got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Those are nice. Beautiful. You've done good, Dwight. This is a lovely bouquet. You probably found it in a locker. I just hope Dwight saved some of those for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe too? Just me? Sorry. You got other things to think about right now. Skylarka, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend your day with you together? I mean, there's only one choice. You turn to Huntress. She's never looked more appealing. Her captain dress ruffles behind her in the light morning breeze. A seagull lands on her shoulder like she's a beachy cartoon princess. She snaps the seagull's neck and stuffs it somewhere under her flowy dress, probably to save for lunch. She can't help but hug. Huntress, I choose you. Let's spend the day together and see if we think a future is possible for our love. Me? Really? Huntress throws her hands up in the air like a bear and gallops towards you. Look at this. Oh my god. Go with me. At first, you think she might swipe at you with her gigantic hands and knock the life out of you. Instead, she scoops you up into a hug and takes her place at your side. And she just stuck her tongue out at all the other killers. Sometimes the immature move is the right one. It's sure to be a fun day. We'll just be here not getting to really participate, even though survivors matter too. Well, go off and have a grand old time. Yep, just Claudette and I hanging out, no one competing for our love, wondering what we did in a past life to end up embroiled in this unrelenting misery. But go have a blast. Poor Dwight. Poor Dwight. Huntress eagerly leads you to the yacht to begin your romantic date together. You have to admit, warm, salty air on your skin, the sound of crashing waves. This is a pretty perfect morning, just you and Huntress. Ocean.
Hey, cutie.
Ah, Ocean's here too.
Did you know that I'm teeming with fleshing bacteria dead bodies?
That pesky Ocean always killing the vibe. You turn to Huntress. You sure you're okay here on the ocean? I know you don't like to be out in the open. Something about being with you here makes me feel safe. You both sit down at a beautifully set table on the deck of the boat. A wide spread of mouth-watering breakfast goodies are arranged in front of you. Can we get you anything? You look a bit green. I get extremely seasick. And Trickster replaced all the island's Dramamine with party drugs, so... Wait, how did they get here? Weren't they just on the beach consoling the rejected killers? Are there more than 2 of them? You motion one of them over. We'll both take a screwdriver. Hold the orange juice. Of course, that's just straight vodka. Hey, can you play us this particular song for us? Set the mood. You hand Dwight a piece of paper with a song title written on it. Sure, though I doubt Trapper has it in his vinyl collection. Soon, the haunting melody of Huntress's mother's lullaby streams through the yacht's expensive speakers. The boat rocks as though to the rhythm of the song. The eerie, melancholy mood is really quite romantic. Breakfast has never been this intimate. You reach out to touch Huntress's hand when suddenly a loud bellow scares you. You knock your freshly poured flute of straight vodka onto the pristine deck. It's Trapper. He's screaming at us from the beach. Look how tiny he looks from all the way out here. Huntress squishes his head between her fingers like a child and giggles.
Damn you both, that you're sitting on a worth more than your life. Get in here.
He's not wrong. Hey, Claudette, take us out further. Aye, Captain. Can she drive a boat? Guess we'll find out. Alone again. Nothing but the caw of a seagull and the ominous shadow of a creature lurking beneath the waves. I have something for you. For me? Huntress reveals a package wrapped in a bloodied apron. You clap your hands like a kid on their birthday. Her playful attitude is rubbing off on you. I need that mask that you asked for. I almost forgot, but I bet you didn't. This is the whole reason you pursued Huntress, I bet. Definitely to get a mask of your own. No other reason. Oh, there is another reason, Mr. Narrator. Here you go. It's my very own Bun Bun mask. It's perfect. You put it on. It fits your face like a face glove. You gaze at Huntress through the eyes of the mask. A swell of emotion surges through you. One has become 2. Rabbits be multiplying even in mask form. Let's go back to my place. She downs her screwdriver. It's happening. Whoops. The tension is palpable as you enter the cabin. You could cut it with a hatchet. Give me a break. It's day 3 of killer jokes. A narrator only has so much mojo. Huntress sits you down at the cluttered table in the kitchen. You notice the blood stains that have crept into every nook and cranny of the wooden planks. What poor creature died on this table? Did they suffer?
What do you care if they suffered?
Get back in the ocean. Stop backseat omniscient narrating. Stay here. Don't move a muscle or I'll hear it. I can hear any mammal's tendons creak as they stretch. It's a gift and a curse. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness. 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 Hold on, I think what to do. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna tidy up. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna dignify it. Game, that's a terrible joke. You half expect a flock of adorable birds and cute little mice to come sprinting in and help you, but they don't, because this isn't some fantasy. Already, it's real. Plus, I'm pretty sure she kills all the adorable birds and cute little mice. So you putter around the room by yourself, organizing Huntress's various trained collections. Old bottles over here, discarded vintage doll parts over there, various keys that don't open anything in particular. Doesn't she have a drawer filled with these? Everyone has a drawer like that. Then you lay a blanket down in front of the fireplace for no reason. No reason at all. Oh yeah, if I could wink, I'd be winking right now. You're certainly not imagining all the naughty things that could go down on such a blanket. What's that? In her strong, yet delicate hand. You reach out for her, longing to stroke her blood-matted hair, scratched up shoulders. I thought we could get warm by the fire. She wags a finger at you, a bunnylicious smirk on her face. Not so bad. Remember when we talked about how there's more going on here? You nod like a little idiot. Well, now I know something's up. The other night while you were sleeping like a cute little baby, I snuck into each of the other killers' lairs and saw them with shiny objects that they've been stealing from me. I think they're connected somehow. Maybe it has to do with the symbol. I tried to go back last night, but something blocked me from picking up any of the objects. Someone or something knows that I'm onto them. I think if you try, it might work. What do you say? Will you help? I'll do anything. Hell yes I will! Oh yeah, baby! A globe-trotting treasure hunt on the level of Nicolas Cage masterpiece. You can definitely count me in. Let's go, I'll be your guardian angel. You never know when these other killers might pop up. You grab Huntress by the hand and practically trip over your own feet on the way out the door. Feels good to have a quest. Thrilling! But part of you is just wondering how quickly you can get through this and impress Huntress. Soon she'll take you into her yoked arms and you'll swoon. Your childhood crush on Popeye is making more and more sense. Where do you want to start? Childhood crush on Popeye. Big arms. There are 4 killers who have stolen from Huntress. You're not gonna let them get away with it. Which one will you investigate? Let's go to Wraith's Cosmic Dump. When you arrive at Wraith's Oddball Hangout Zone, you immediately understand why they call it the Cosmic Dumps. They being me, obviously. It's as if there are items and elements from all over the universe in this space. Also, it's a damn mess. But it's undoubtedly a special place. The very air you breathe makes you feel that you're part of something much, much larger. I'm going to hunt so much while you find the object. You'll know when you see it because it is extremely shiny. How long have you been standing there? Are we ever really there? I don't have time for your existential crisis today, Ray. Huntress and I are totally gonna get it on soon, I think. I hope. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I need to find a special object you have hidden here. You stole it from Huntress, and she knows it. So you're trying to figure this whole thing out too, huh? Come check this out. Bit of a subject change, for sure. It's Wraith we're dealing with, after all. Wraith leads you to a telescope. Through it, you can see a far-off island in the distance. I see. Holy smokes, is that... Sorry, I actually have no idea what that is. Would you mind filling me in? It's IP Island, where all the coolest killers from intellectual properties that we're legally obliged, not to mention by name, hang out and party with Hollywood celebs and Silicon Valley moguls. That's not even all. Zoom in. Over there. Oh my god, it's Ghostface! Is that Ghostface? I said not to name them on Jeez, now I'm gonna have to clear the rights. You have no idea how much my lawyer charges by that word. I'm sorry, you just kind of bumped up. Yeah, Ghostface does that. And DVD especially. That's kind of his whole deal. Just popping up. Telling you, something crazy is going on here. I'll have you know, I wasn't trying to steal anything from Huntress. I was just looking for answers, but also occasionally losing said answers. Yep, that's right. The thing you're looking for, I can't actually find. So, good luck, I guess. Oh good, a minigame. Haven't want to seen one of these before in the past 10 seconds. Alright, I'm ready. Come on, skill check. Oh, it's quick. Lots of not bads here. Oh, barely got that one. Don't beat yourself up. Finding one shiny thing in this place is like finding a needle in a giant tub of things from all over this and several surrounding dimensions. Honestly, I'd settle for pretty much any shiny thing we could get our hands on. So just grab something and rip it. You see a full pair of glasses on the ground and quickly grab them. I found the shiny thing. It's hard to believe that these gold glasses really mean anything special, but it would be like Huntress deserves whatever she wants. She had to work hard for that bod, too. You spend a moment imagining Huntress with glasses. Would she ever wear them over the mask, or under? Hey, that's not just some junk. Those are my reading glasses. I just subscribed to Highlights. Highlights for children? Race hideouts already covered. Let's go to Trapper's Cave. Due to the whole, trap-based character theme he's got going, you can rest assured that either or both of these pathways is filled with traps. You turn to Huntress for advice, but she only giggles and shrugs her shoulders. You're on her own, it seems. Let's go through the forest. Underground, putting yourself in the ground voluntarily, that's just asking to be buried. Dead, alive, doesn't matter, the surface is where you belong. The light, cascading through the leaves of the trees, casts a hazy glow as you wander through the brush, leaving the cabin behind. But no matter, this is Huntress's domain. You think that'll keep you safe, eh? Yeah, that's why I picked the forest, actually. It's because it's like where Huntress lives. And I thought I would be safer. Well, you thought wrong. As soon as you take a step off the beaten path, it lands you in one of Trapper's bear traps. He swore he'd get ya. You can hear his maniacal laugh as you bleed out.
You stepped into one of my bear traps and I swore I'd get you.
They just said that. I've seen a lot of trapped animals and I can confirm he gotcha. Well, it's fatal. Darn it, Trapper, not again. Oh, we died. Oh, we didn't get to get Smoochy or anything. Well, I think that's probably a good time to leave it for the day. It's been almost 4 hours. It's a pretty good stream. And we got through a whole arc. We didn't get to get Smoochy with the Huntress, but we did certainly get to have some good times. We got a hot tub date. We got to go on a treasure hunt. We got to have our hugs. We got squeezed. We had breakfast. It was really a wonderful, wonderful time. And so with that, let's see if we can find someone to raid. Let's see. Anybody I know around? Oh, we can raid Curtis. Let's raid Twirlin' Curtis. who I think I've rated him recently, but I watch a lot of Twirl and Curtis. I like this guy. I'm gonna rate him to say hello, and then I'm just gonna hang out there and watch his channel. So let's rate Curtis. Thank you all for coming. I got another stream on Saturday, and it'll be music. Still don't know what we're doing. We're probably gonna work on a song for the album, which is probably wrapping up soon. We'll get that together. And beyond that, I had a great time tonight. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day. I hope that you get a great deal on some super cheap candy today and or tomorrow. And I hope that you enjoyed today's adventure with the Huntress. Hup, hup. She was great. Wasn't she great? Oh, she was so great. Alrighty. I'll see you on Saturday, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you all. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.